Hello Royals, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a Christmas wreath using some of the techniques that we learned last year and expanding on them. This is the demo, so you have an idea of what we are going to be doing. Ta-da! It lights up, as always, and it's not your run-of-the-mill Christmas wreath, but I think it's pretty awesome, if I can say so myself. So, in order to do this Christmas wreath, what we're going to be needing is this. We're going to be needing a base, a metal base. We're going to be needing some burlap ribbon, 2 different colors. We're going to be needing some berries. We're going to be needing some bunny tails and some sprigs of Carl Forrester grass. We're going to be needing the lights. We're going to be needing our little ornament, our little birdie here. And we will be using our greens, which are going to be some spruce, some cedar, and some pine. And of course, in every single one of those packages, you will have a little surprise that is in here. But as always, you have to wait till the end to open it with me, if you wish. If you don't do that, I'll be very, very sad. So, enough with the, and we will be using some wire too, because we have to put everything together, right? So, enough with the intro, and let's put this show on the road. Hi Royals, Val from the future here. Sorry to interrupt this amazing video that you guys are watching about wreath making, but due to a problem in the chain of supply, I am not going to be able to deliver every single one of the elements on this wreath on every single one of your packages. What it is that means? What it means is as follows. What it means is like, this is the original wreath that you will see made to completion in this video. And these 2 are the different choices that you will have on your packages. Some of you, instead of having bunny tails, will have pine cones to add to the wreath. And some of you, instead of having the grass, will have this wispy sea lavender. Those are the only substitutions that you will be encountering. Other than that, the wreath will be looking awesome as always, and I know you are very crafty, so you will figure it out how to put it all together. The mechanics, the instructions, and the how-to apply to every single one of the substitutions. So do not worry, have fun above all, and let's get on with this video. See ya! In order to get things going a little bit faster, what I've done is cutting some pieces of the spruce like in a smaller size instead of like the big branch, taking all the bulk away. The same stuff with the cedar and the same stuff with the pine. When it comes down to the berries, what I've done is like strip down the branches that come on your berry peak and just leave it like something like this. We'll see later what we are doing. I've done the same stuff with the grass and the bunny tails in here. So that way we can start working faster once we are going to be using when we are ready to be using the greenery. But first we're going to be starting with the burlap. We're going to be getting one of the rolls of brown burlap, and we're going to be getting our frame, and this is what is going to happen. So, you're going to be getting one of the pieces of brown burlap, and we're going to be folding it twice. The first time is going to be lengthwise, like this, and the next one is going to be like this. This is going to be roughly like a 3-finger sort of fold. And this fold, we are going to be putting it on the first hole that we have on the outer layer of the wreath frame, like this. I hope it's clear. Okay, so once again, this is the burlap. We fold it like this, we fold it like that, more or less like 3 fingers, and we put it on the outer layer of the rim on the first hole, right in here. So far so good? Hope so. And then we keep doing exactly the same thing. We don't really care so much now about the folds, as long as we are somewhat pushing it and keeping more or less the same, I don't know, height you want to call it, length, whatever you want to call it. You can call it Pepe. And you're going to be keep on doing this all the way to the outer hole in the rim. Sorry, the outer, no, the inner hole on the rim. We are starting the outer, we go towards the center. Once we get in here, is when it gets interesting. What you have to do is like, you flip it over, this is the back, and you give it a twist. Just a twist. Okay? You give it a twist. And you put that fold back again inside. Looking like this. On top of the other. Okay? And we're going to keep on doing this back and forth all the time. Once again, we give it a twist and we push back again in here. Well, doesn't want to cooperate a lot, but anyway, we'll make it do. Okay. Once again, just push it through. Another twist, and so on and so forth. Okay? So this is how it looks. One, we've put the 3 kinds of burlap together. Well, actually, it's it's the same kind of burlap, it's just 2 different colors. So the brown, the red, and the brown. As always, and as a reminder, just remember, fold it, and go for it. What is keeping all of this together is actually the pressure that you put when you are like pushing it together. This is how you want it to look. No more than 2 sections. Okay? More or less, but not, if possible, no more than 2 sections. So that way we have more space for our greenery. And now, what we are going to be doing, once we have this, now what we are going to be doing is start with our greenery. Building up our little bunches and start to putting them in here in order to fill up the rest of the frame. Now we're going to be starting the greenery section of the wreath. First, we're going to be getting our wire, and we're going to be anchoring the wire in the center, in one of these 2, it doesn't matter which one. We're just going to be making a little bit of an X, if possible. I know it's green on green, so I don't think you guys are going to be seeing very much in there. But anyway, just put it in a way that it stays. And we're going to be leaving our little guy here. Then what we're going to be doing is build our greenery bunches. In order to do so, what we're going to be doing is getting some spruce in here. This one is a little bit too big. We just cut it in here so we can use the other part too. You know, fun-like fashion. We're going to be getting a piece of cedar in here. We're going to be getting a piece of pine. We're going to be getting 2 or 3 sprigs of grass, again, all in the middle. A couple of bunny tails in here. Something just to make it fluffy and cute. And we will put a little piece of berries in here. Something like this. It doesn't have to be like very much like in your face. Just something like this. And then what we do, we just put the wire of the berries around here to secure it a little bit if we want to. Otherwise we can always cut it. We cut the excess to make it trim and nice, and we put it at an angle facing outside, just like this. Once we get it in there, whichever place we like it better, we hold it in place, and with the wire that we have already anchored, we go 2-3 times around it to secure it in place. Okay, whoops, this one is stuck in here. There we go. Okay, so this stuff doesn't move. And then we take the other bunch, and we put it in the opposite direction. Which means, if this one is facing outside, this one is going to be facing inside. And a little bit forward. In a way that is going to be hiding the mechanics in here. Nobody's going to be seeing the wire. And that way it doesn't matter if your wire is green, blue, black, it doesn't matter. It's going to get covered. Like this. There. Okay, let's see if I can do this. There. Put it in place. We get it in there. And we go to town 1, 2, and 3 times. And we're gonna be keeping doing this all the way down until here. Once we get to the very end, I'll talk to you again, guys, and we'll figure out how to make it tidy and how to hide our mechanics. Okay? See you in a bit. So this is pretty much what it's looking like after adding most of the greenery to our wreath frame. We're going to be adding the last 2 pieces. This is a little bit tricky, but not really. But anyway, I wanted to do this once with you, just in case you want to like double check if what you're doing is okay or whatever. Okay? So this is one of the bunches that we made, always the same kind of bunch. The spruce, the cedar, the pine, the grasses, the bunny tails, and the berries. And we're going to be putting it in here. Actually, I'm going to be putting this one. I have 2 bunches in here already, so it doesn't matter. Whichever one you like, I'm going to go with this one. Okay? In there. And we're going to do our 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to be doing our last one, which is in here. We are going to try and put it as close to the burlap as we can. So that way, once we are done with the wire, we can push the burlap slightly on top and hide our mechanics. So let's do this. Whoops. 1, 2, and 3. Like this. We're gonna be giving a little bit of extra. We got it. And that way, with this extra, we're gonna go to the back of our wreath. And we're gonna be kind of like weaving it together back and forth in order to secure it. This last piece. And finish anchoring our masterpiece in here. If I can. My fingers are so sticky now. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can do this. Ba-ba-ba-da. One more. One more yet. And off we go. Okay, so now this is anchored. As you can see, this is slightly exposed. So the only thing that we have to do is push this burlap slightly back and over. Let's spread it. And what do you know? Off your ankle. Nobody seed anything. Okay, so now that we are done with the greenery and the burlap, we are on to adding our little ornament in here. We are going to be adding our ornament on the red, on top of the red burlap. We have this twine in here, and we can do two things. We can either add it with the twine, which is something that we can do if we want to, and we're going to be following the same idea as we've done with the twine. We're going to be finding in here, in between the red and the brown, we're going to be finding a little spot and expose the wire of the wreath frame. And we are going to be pushing this twine through it. It's a little bit tight. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see anything in here. But anyway, I'm guessing you guys are going to be getting the gist of it. You know, pushing it into the wire in order to make it firm in there. And then just tie a knot around the wire. So that way our piece is secure. And if we are opening and closing the door, this is not going to fall and break. And our wreath is still going to be looking awesome. And once again, if we want to hide the mechanics of our little knot in here, it's just a matter of pushing it down with the burlap. Done and done. And now we are on to adding the lights. We're going to be taking them out. We're going to be unraveling them without breaking, because the cable is like so very thin. They do things like so nicely in here. Let's see if I can unwrap this. That's going to be another one. Yeah, there we go. Now we are in business. Now we are in business. There we go. We unravel it. And very carefully. Oh, look at this. Here it goes. Okay. So we are going to be starting with the very tip in here. And we are going to be starting weaving it inside of the burlap. We want it to look like little pearls coming in, so hide the cables in between the burlap that is something that is going to be keeping them in place. And that way you guys don't have to worry about anything. No more pins, no more wire, no more pricks on your fingers, like in mine. And off you go. And this is how it's going to be looking. Let's see. Ta-da! Perfect. Now the next thing that we're going to be doing, and that is the one for the edges, is like we're going to be flipping it back, as in here. And what we're going to be doing is attaching this to the frame. So that way, nobody can see once again, hiding the mechanics. So in order to do so, the only thing that we need to do is get a little bit of wire, once again, and we're going to be trying to somewhat like build a pocket for it. So we anchor it in one section in here. We wrap this around a little bit. Again, in here, using the frame of the wreath as our personal sewing thing, sort of. Now we're doing like in and out, in and out. In and out, in and out. In order to make it secure. But we wanted to make it secure and accessible because, let's say that you want to change the batteries because these ones die. So we want to make the pouch with the wires so you can slip it in and out and change the batteries as needed. So there you go. And with the last piece in here, once again, we just anchor it, a couple of twists. And let's see what happens when we put it back up. Wow, it's still perfect. Man, am I good. Man, I am good. Let's light it up again for effect. See how it goes and how it looks. Well, I think it's looking pretty good if I can say so. Okay, Royals, we are on the last part of our project. We already made the beautiful wreath. And if you've been good and you haven't tried to make me really sad, we're going to be opening the mysterious gift that we have in here. So let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Of course, when I'm doing these packages, I am like so good tying knots. Yeesh. Okay, off we go. Ah-ha-ha! I think this is a very appropriate present. They're Christmas crackers. Let's see if we can say farewell to this year with a bang, forget about it, and start anew with something much more interesting and healthier. So, this is me for this year. I hope you guys enjoy doing this wreath with me. And before I leave, I would like to leave you with a little bit of a preview of some ideas about wreath that I have for next year. Pretty much, I'm doing this because my boss told me so. I want to surprise you, but it is what it is, right? Happy boss, happy life. So, this is something for next year, something that I've been thinking of. It has lights, as always. It lights up. I think it's very pretty. It's something different. And don't forget to like and subscribe. This is for you, Pegam. And Merry Christmas.